Okay, now this next one, I'm interested to see your thoughts because I'm a little torn on it. So,
Oh, that's right. The Last of Us.
yes, let's talk about The Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah.
So 2 episodes have come out and we're going to give our scores and just our overall thoughts, but then we'll probably be going into spoilers pretty early on because there's a lot of spoilers in this.
Yeah.
But Alex, do you want to go ahead and give us your thoughts overall on Season 2 so far?
Sure. Where I start? I'll start with episode 1, obviously.
Yeah, good starting place.
Oh, what did I say that one time? I said something stupid, like I give it an 8 out of 8 or something. Yeah. We should keep count of the stupid things I say. Okay. Episode 1, well, like you said, good place to start. I actually don't think this was that bad. I actually enjoyed this one, believe it or not. I don't think it was spectacular. I also don't think it was as good as the opening episode of season 1, nowhere near. But it didn't piss me off.
Yeah.
So I gave the first one. I actually enjoyed it. I would give it an 8 out of. I was gonna say 8 out of 8 again, dude. I swear to God, I was gonna say. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I actually thought it, especially if you didn't play the games, it set up the town. It set up the batch of characters. There's a few issues I had, which we'll get in spoilers. But I thought it was a good setting piece for a new season with a lot of characters. And it was interesting. I thought it was a solid episode.
Okay.
So 8 out of 10. It didn't make me mad. Episode 2. Episode 2. So I'm conflicted as well because I do like what they added, but I still hate how they did it. I can't even explain until we get into spoilers. Yeah. So to be quite honest, God, I was so conflicted on this.
Yeah, same.
So I'm actually going to give it lower. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because I do think it looks great. There was some pretty cool stuff on it, but I also think things are still too rushed. I think them adding this big set piece detracted from what this episode should have been about. As much as I thought it was cool. So I would say 6 out of 10. I could have given it a 5 out of 10, but since production was good and acting was good, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Well, some acting is good. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for episode 2. What about you?
Yeah, this is so tough. I'm so conflicted on these. For episode 1, it was kind of slower, but I thought it was decent. It did some things better than the game. Some things they definitely changed up some things, and some worked, some didn't. For episode 1, I think I'll give it a 7. It was a good episode, good opening. It was not as good as opening of season 1 for sure. And now episode 2.
That's right. That's all fresh in your mind too, honestly.
Yeah. Episode 2, I'm so conflicted. I feel like if this was just a generic zombie show, I think it could have been an amazing episode. It's just comparing it to the game and some of the stuff they did, it just kind of holds it back for me, similar to you. I still think it was a good episode. It's just kind of it feels like it's hamstrung by the story they have to work with, unfortunately.
Yeah, bad writing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 7 as well, because they did do some things good.
Okay.
I don't know. I may change my mind on this. I have a lot of
I might change it too.
feelings about Last of Us Part 2 and Season 2.
Yeah.
I think this did some things better than the game. Some things I don't think they did as good as the game. And I'm not a big fan of the game anyway, so that's not great. But I don't know. I was between a 6 or a 7. So I'll go with a 7. Yeah. But after this talk, we might get it down to a 6. We'll see. Yeah.
I might get it down to 5. I have issues, and it's not even issues that are nitpicking. For me, it's issues that honestly, it's the same thing I had problem with the game, just the pacing, and it just takes away from things. We just need to get into spoilers.
Yeah, let's get into spoilers. So, spoiler alert for The Last of Us Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2.
And probably Season 1 as well, because I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a few issues I want to talk about first.
Yes, go ahead.
If you don't mind me getting started.
Nope, go for it.
I think the biggest thing, so the battle scene, whatever, it was cool. It was cool, right? That was an awesome battle scene. That wasn't cool in the game. I actually thought that was a good addition. But like I said before, spoiler, my issue is this should have been an episode about Joel dying.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like it was secondary. It felt like it was oh, by the way, Joel's gonna die at the end. This should have been, that should have been the sole focus. His death in this show did not hit me.
Yeah.
I wondered, I'm maybe it's just because I've seen it before. And then I rewatched the game death, and I'm like, it still hits me then with the game.
That was one thing. I feel like the atmosphere of those scenes was kind of fumbled in the show. In the game, it's like, it's dark. You enter this house as Ellie and you hear screaming and you're like, oh no, I gotta get there. Right? It's in the basement. I still remember, I mean, I didn't play it that long ago, but just like going down those stairs and just being like, oh man, what is gonna happen? Just the dread I felt of doing that. And maybe it's because I'm in control instead of just watching it in the show.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, I mean, the scene was like bright instead of dark and like sad. And I don't know, it definitely felt different. I mean, I have issues overall with the writing of it, but I thought the scene was done better in the game, even though I'm not a big fan of the scene and where it is and everything. But like, the actual act of it happening seemed way more atmospheric, way more dark, way more sad in the game.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And they changed it a little bit. Instead of her whacking his head, she like stabbed his neck.
Yep.
And I was reading somewhere that like the showrunner didn't want to make Abby more unlikable than she is, so they changed it to like that instead of whacking.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's weird. Like, isn't that the purpose?
Yeah, I definitely feel like they're trying to make Abby more likable with some of the changes they're doing.
I mean, good luck. Just good luck.
Good luck.
I saw the golf clubs, so yep, there it is.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's just, that's why I was conflicted because, my other issue. So besides, I hate the dual storyline with the fall of the town. What's that town called? I don't even remember. Alexandria. That's what I keep thinking of with Walking Dead. But while that kind of episode should have been an episode on its own, and I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to get a reason
why Joel was distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Where Joel was distracted, and then they switched up who he was with. He was with Dina instead of Tommy, and they were like freezing, so they had to go warm up, but also get more fighters to go help them. Abby was like, well, I got fighters, we can go help you. Come on, it's right this way. So like, I get why they were trying to do it, but I just feel like an episode with a battle that big, it should be kind of like how Game of Thrones does it. It should be the sole focus.
With some of the stuff they did in the game with like jumping back and forth in time and seeing it from different perspectives, I feel like that would have worked in the show. Like, have the battle be the battle, episode 2, and then episode 3, cut back, have Joel out with Dina, see Ellie with what's his name?
I know what you're talking about.
But have that storyline, which they did change, and they didn't have in the game. They have like a scene with Dina and Ellie in that weed place, and they find a basement. They kiss, and like Dina finds out that Ellie was bitten, and she tells her about that, but then doesn't believe her.
Right.
And like, so that might change. I'm interested how that'll change the story going forward and why they changed it. But yeah, they could have had an episode with that, some flashbacks, and then like really spent time building it up to Joel seeing the battle from a different perspective than we saw it, and then freaking out and have that solely focused on him.
Yeah, that could have been real well done.
Yeah.
You're right. This episode could have been just go all in on this freaking battle.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know where Joel or Ellie or all of them are.
Yeah, and that would up the intensity too.
They probably don't want an episode without Ellie or Joel, I guess.
I guess so.
But like, you're right. You have a good point, though. I didn't even think about that. Have that episode 2 just be an hour of that freaking an awesome battle. And then in the next episode, kind of seeing it from different perspective, how it started, with the zombies coming out of the snow, and then seeing Joel, seeing at different angles of the battle, and like solely focusing on probably the most controversial death in all of gaming.
Yeah, and put some more weight
instead of it being
behind
an afterthought. Like, literally, Joel's death felt like an afterthought, like it was just tacked on. To me, it felt like that. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, I don't know, but like, it's such a big thing, and
it is.
The battle took away from it.
Yeah, which sucks, because like I said, if it was a generic zombie show and they had that battle, it'd be like, oh, this is so cool. But I mean, I know what's going to happen. And then, it does kind of feel like it's detracting from the biggest thing in the story up to this point is Joel dying.
Yes. And I don't get the character switches either. I think they were just trying to fix the game. Like, why would Tommy and Joel be that stupid to trust these strangers?
Yeah.
I guess they just had to switch around the characters to make a little more sense.
Yeah,
and they wanted Tommy at the battle, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it.
So, but my second criticism besides that is just the rushing, the timing. Like, I don't know, like and I know the point of the game isn't the town and it's a revenge story, but you still could have fleshed out a few more episodes of that, like build up the characters in the town, build up the town so when you have this this battle, it's sad. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we just spent 4 episodes in this town with these characters. Like you said, do some flashback scenes. Like if I didn't play the game when I was watching the show, in episode 2, there's already this big battle. I'm like, oh, I barely knew this town.
Yeah.
Like, I barely knew these characters. Like it just happened so fast. That was my issue with the game too, and they did not fix it here.
No.
I just feel like they could have fleshed out the town. And again, I know people are probably gonna say that's not the point of the game. The game is a revenge story. But you know what? The writing for part 2 sucked, so they can change it. Especially for a show form. Like this is a show, not a video game. You need to flesh them out more. Like I'll tell you this, and I'm not like I feel like I'm sounding like a hater. Like people are like, oh, you video gamers, just you're a hater on this game. No, it's bad. Like I forgot the show was coming on. The first 2 weeks I was excited to watch it, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot there's a Last of Us episode tonight. I'm already less excited to continue the show. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they see like a drop off in viewership, because I know some people loved. I mean, Joel's awesome, so he's a great character.
Yeah.
And now that he's gone, and it's just going to be Ellie, it'll be interesting to see if she can carry, and if they lose people. I'm interested in that.
So there goes issue number 3, and this could change because they might just be doing it in the show. But I am sorry, Ellie is god awful these first 2 episodes. She's not the Ellie in the game.
She's way more childish, I feel like.
And I liked what's her name, Bella Ramsey, as Ellie in season 1.
Yep.
I actually defended her. I liked her in season 1, but these first 2 episodes, awful. And it's not her fault. It's the writing. Yeah. She does not act like Ellie. She's childish. She's annoying. Maybe I'm hoping they're just going to make the change after Joel died. Maybe now she'll kind of start acting like that hardened Ellie.
Yeah.
So you're telling me in the 5 years, she went from what, 12 or whatever it was to
14
19?
to 19, I think. Yeah.
And her character is, to me, feels even less mature than she did when she was 14.
Yeah, and especially like Ellie in the game she does get like sad and mad at Joel and stuff, but she doesn't seem childish, and that makes sense because she's like, she's been through a lot. Like she's hardened, she's jaded, she's pissed off because of how her life went so far. But this is just kind of feels like a whiny, spoiled brat, kind of. Yeah. Just like not obeying orders and doing whatever she wants.
Like she doesn't care because she can't get infected. And even Tommy and everyone's telling her you could still get mauled by one of these things. Just because you're immune to the bite doesn't mean you can't freaking die. Like they're even telling her stop being stupid.
Yep.
Even when they have their meetings and stuff. I forgot that one character. I don't remember his name either.
Jesse, that
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse.
They were having like a meeting before they went out, and they're like, Dina and Ellie were joking around, and he's like, guys, they look up to you. Can you cut it out? I'm like, they really look up to these two goofballs?
Yeah.
I will say I like Dina. I like the actress who played Dina.
I agree. She's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. And even the actor who plays Jesse, I like. Honestly, all the actors are fine. I mean, Abby, I don't know how I feel about Abby.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you feel about Abby and how that's going.
I will say this: I laughed when she was talking to Joel. She's like, "Do we look like scavengers?" He's like, "No, military." I laughed.
Yeah.
I'm like, military. Like, what do you mean? These people look like they don't look like military.
Yeah.
Well, then he said Firefly. I'm like,
I could see fireflies maybe.
I don't have an issue with Abby in the sense of like I don't need her to be a freaking on steroids huge like freaking the game.
Sure.
But also you'd think they'd still kind of like, do like a bigger, she's not intimidating.
Yeah, she's not.
In the game, she's intimidating at least. I hate her. She's intimidating. But like in this, she's not intimidating. Now, and I don't think it's the actress's name. I think she's good too.
Yeah.
People keep saying she should be Ellie. Like she's like, her and Joel, they look more like.
I've seen that.
They look more like Ellie than Bella Ramsey.
I don't think that would fix anything in the show based on the writing though. Like it's
just the writing. Yeah. Although I will say, can Bella Ramsey pull off the Ellie from part 2?
I don't know.
You think she could?
I think that's part of why Abby is smaller, is because it would not work with Bella Ramsey going up against Abby from the game.
Yeah, like when she was fighting that dude in the barn, I'm like, come on now. There's no way you'd be taking down a 6'5", whatever he was.
Yeah.
250-pound dude. Come on now. And she's like, don't hold your punches. Girl, he would knock you out.
Yeah, I think Jesse even says that.
Yeah, like, come on now. Like, there's no way she would have taken that big dude down. Come on. This is me nitpicking now, but... Anyways, how do you feel about Abby?
I definitely feel like they're trying to make her more likable, and they gave us some scenes so that we know where she's coming from. Like, we know that she's a Firefly from the area where Joel killed all those people, and that's okay, and you don't have to play as her, so that makes it a little better. But
that's true.
I'm trying to like separate my dislike of what the game did from this and try and see it, but it's so hard to separate that because I don't know. I mean, I still don't like Abby. She kills Joel, my favorite character in the show, in the game, and I don't know. I don't know either, too. I feel like I'm going to be conflicted on this show a lot.
I know. I think they have the right idea, and I think I was telling you this before. I think they have to try to make Abby more likable, but the problem is they just do like 1 or 2 scenes. I feel like this needed to be like, Joel shouldn't have died until the season finale.
Yeah, you were expecting that, huh?
I was like, flesh out Abby, like have us especially if you don't play the game, like you could just like Abby, right? Like they could play around with that, follow Abby's crew for the season, and people are wondering, I wonder why are we following this girl? But I like her, she's interesting, and then boom, she ends up killing Joel, and people who haven't played the games would be like, what? This girl we've been following all season, we killed Joel? Like they could have played around with that more. Like you mentioned, or maybe I read a comment, like you could have had her say like, we need to go hunt down people who killed my father, yada yada yada, like, and you didn't have to say it was Joel, but like, we're rooting for her, you know?
And then
obviously us as gamers know, but I don't know.
Yeah, thinking about it, because I did make a decision to play the games before watching the show, and now I kind of almost wish I didn't, so we could have the 2 different perspectives, because we're both, I feel like we're both just going to be conflicted, but I also didn't want to spoil the games because I knew I would love playing them, and I did. I really enjoyed playing 1 especially, but 2, the gameplay was still fun. The story I did not like, but I also kind of liked hating on it. So like, but yeah, it would be interesting to have a non-game player.
I mean, Joel will still be in the show, you know, with flashbacks and crap.
Yeah, which they are missing some things. I won't talk about them so they don't spoil, but there's some scenes that we got early on in the game that I think they're going to save for flashbacks. I hope they don't just not do them.
There's that one scene, again, I won't spoil it, where they find like that museum or whatever.
Yes.
Space one.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite parts of. I remember that part really well in part 2 for some reason.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That was a cool part.
As a production, as like, you know, acting and everything, like it was a great episode, but as storytelling, in my opinion, and writing, I thought it was just as bad as the game, just in different ways. I mean, they did some things better and some things worse, like you said. Like they fixed, you know, like Joel didn't tell her name, like it was just Dina saying, hey Joel, that's how she found out. So like they fixed some little things like that, or even Joel, a reason for him to go back to the cabin a little bit more. So like some things, sure, but it's just rushed. It's all rushed, dude. The biggest thing is just rush.
Still, like you said, the battle was cool. In a vacuum, I loved the battle. In this episode,
yeah,
it was weirdly placed and caused some issues.
Yeah. Also, the one issue I had with the battle is Tommy kind of standing down there with all these zombies running around him. I was kind of like, okay,
he definitely had
I can get one
armor.
or 2 zombies, but come on now. There are like hundreds of them, maybe even thousands, and like, how is he fighting in the middle of that?
And then that big guy, just one big zombie following him into an alleyway, and not a bunch of others, especially when they like share a brain. Like, yeah,
that was like my one criticism. I loved the battle, but that kind of took me out a little bit. I'm like, there's no way this guy would be alive.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My momentum's killed. I think my momentum's killed more so because, you know, we've played the game, so I know what happens after this, and to me, it's not an interesting story after this.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed Joel. 100% Joel is the reason why people love The Last of Us. I don't care what...
Joel and Ellie.
What's his face? Neil. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, them 2 together is what made the first game amazing.
Yep.
And I feel like Neil Drunkman, I think he's the one who wrote it, right, Neil? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I almost feel like he has too much pride to admit that he screwed up that story.
Yeah.
Because no one, I mean, I don't want to say no one, but... Yeah,
I've seen some people like it, but it has
for the most
issues.
part, people liked Joel and Ellie. Like, I'm getting mad thinking about it. That's why I enjoyed episode 1, because it didn't get me mad.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how Bella Ramsey will do, and if she is able to do that transition to the more hardened, angry Ellie, and if it feels actually like she wants revenge, or if it's just kind of like a petulant child kind of thing. We'll see. Yeah. I'm hoping she can pull it off.
Me too.
And there are good scenes, like you said, some of the flashback scenes are really good. Those were my favorite parts of the games, were the flashbacks with Joel and Ellie. No surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do feel like there's going to be a drop off of people watching.
Oh, I do too. I do too. And I agree with you. I hope and pray that number one, the writing finally changes Ellie to how she should be acting in the game.
Yep.
And number two, that Bella Ramsey can act like that. Because I'm worried that she's going to be hardened like that, but it's going to seem more like a bratty teenager hardened, not like a mature, like dark theme. I really want revenge kind of hardened.
Right.
So we'll see if this will tell if her acting is up to snub for this kind of character. Also, first comes to writing. We'll see if the writers even attempt it.
Right.
I will say one other scene I thought was really cool. I think it was in episode 1. Was the scene with the, what are they called? The stalkers?
Yes, I was going to bring that up because I actually liked that a lot too. Yes.
Again, I don't really like the way Ellie was acting in that scene. It's such a cool concept, isn't it? Like a stalker zombie type.
Those were my favorite zombie types added in part 2. I thought they were so creepy, like, because you just like see them sitting there like peeking out, waiting for you. That was the most like horror-like thing in the game for sure.
Yes, and they did a good job in that scene, I thought too.
I didn't really think about them being smarter, but it kind of makes sense, and I kind of like how they're going more with that route. Like these are smarter. They're stalking because they are stalkers. They like follow you and they wait for noise and wait around corners.
They almost sound like more human, like trick you.
So that's interesting.
I think in my mind, honestly, I think I'm just so turned off because I just want a completely different story. A more interesting story to me, like when they went back and told the council, these zombies are like getting smarter and they don't believe her. And I think honestly, I just want a different story.
Yeah.
Like it's like I just want to develop this town, develop these characters, find more, smarter zombies, and then the downfall of the town, and they have to go out and figure out where these zombies came. I don't know. I think I just want another story. I think I just don't care for the story. I think that just comes down to that.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that, but
I'm not. No, 100% not. Wouldn't that be so much more interesting? Like this town, like not believing there's like smarter zombies, and it finally gets overrun like at the end of the season, and all these characters you built up for the whole season are like you actually care about, and it's fun. You have like a cast of characters, and maybe the town falls, and they're like, okay, we need to find another shelter. Let's figure out where these, I don't know, then you could bring in, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just rambling about a different story at this point.
Yeah. And I think I would like that more because like they do, I guess I won't talk about the game too much in the future, but like I don't think I would know the other characters' names that are with Abby at this point. Like there's been not really any characterization of them.
Nope.
Just a little bit with like Dina's good. There's a little bit of Jesse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like in the games, the characters aren't built up very much. So I would definitely like to see that more in the show for sure.
I think that's why I enjoyed episode 1 because the foundation is there. You have this cool town, you have this lore in this town. Dina was interesting. Jesse could be interesting. They have like was it the New Year festival thing and relationships and, discovering smarter zombies and like where does Joel fit in? Where does Ellie fit in? It just could be such a more interesting story.
And like they gave Joel more of like they showed more what he does in the town. Him being like the construction person makes sense because that's what he was before the apocalypse. And so I do like some of that, but now that's all out the window.
Now it's exactly. Like, and I watching episode 2 actually probably made me like episode 1 more. Just like I said, to me, it was a good foundation for a new season. But does a good foundation matter if the house is going to fall anyways? It's disappointing. I was very curious what you were going to say about this episode 2 because from an outside perspective, if you look at just the battle, it was pretty cool, right?
Right. And I got a text from someone who hasn't played the game and they really liked the episode. So
did they?
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll ask him how he feels in another episode or 2.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think like if I didn't play the game, I think I would probably like it more, but I don't know, as we talk about it, the more and more I just realize it's not even like the fact that Joel dies. I just think it's done poorly.
Yeah.
Whether you play the game or not.
It's very sudden and kind of feels like an afterthought. I agree.
Yeah. Like for like a main character.
Yeah.
It's like, the viewership for Walking Dead went down when a certain character died.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like Walking Dead, second episode of season 2, Rick dies. Yeah. I'd be pretty annoyed.
Yeah. That would be insane. And on top of that, it would be like an episode where like it just happens at the end.
Yeah.
After like there's like a big battle going on, you're like, oh, this is cool, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, Rick's dead. I don't think it's just it wasn't good in the game, and it's not good here.
Yeah, not my favorite. That's for sure.
Not, and I'm not. I swear, I'm not trying to sound like a little freaking video game dweeb and just get mad just to get mad. I really don't think I don't think it's well done.
I think it's a little different because, at least for me, I won't put words in your mouth, but like, I'm hoping Bella Ramsey can do it. I'm not writing her off just because she doesn't look like Ellie. Like, I agree she doesn't really look like Ellie, but I thought in season 1 she did good. She acted like Ellie, and Ellie and Joel were great. So I'm hoping she can do something with this character and make it believable. And
I hope so too.
Whereas
man.
a lot of people are like, she doesn't look like Ellie. There needs to be a different casting, and so that's a little different, I feel like.
Look, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I think it's the writing, but I will say if the writing is trying to make her more like the game Ellie and she can't pull it off, then I'll start being like, okay, maybe this just isn't the character for her. But right now I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I think it's more so the writing.
Yeah, I agree.
And as far as Abby, again, I think the actress is fine. I've seen her in other things. It all comes down to the writing of, they're following the writing of the game for the most part. Yeah. Not all of it. And it's bad. This is bad. It was bad then, it's bad now. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Neil, he's too prideful to admit that he's freaking
and I heard some things where he was like saying Joel was wrong for doing what he did, and now he says Joel was right for doing what he did, and it just seems like kind of a mess.
It's gotten him, man. He thinks he's top dog at Naughty Dog.
But he's actually a naughty dog.
Oh, that's great.
And that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out where it goes from here. I am curious. I'll give it that. I'm curious. Yeah. Not necessarily excited, but I'm curious.
Can they save it? We'll see.
No. Just no, they can't.